12 years ago, I started teaching others how to trade just for the heck of it, and it ended up turning into a business. A few years ago, I started a Trading Coach podcast just for fun, and it ended up turning into another revenue stream. So here's the thing. If I can do it, and you guys know me, then anyone can. Find something you're passionate about, share your knowledge or your experiences, and start a show using Spotify. Why Spotify? Well, because they make it super easy to record, edit, schedule, and monetize all from your computer or even your phone. And best of all, it's free. So get started today at Spotify.com/podcasters or download the Spotify for Podcasters app. And hey, if you need any help with podcast ideas or topics, let me know. I'll help you out. Hey gang, today we're talking about basic economics and the best way to learn about the laws of supply and demand. Speaking of the best way to learn how to trade is by checking out the recent 4-day workshop that we hosted called Cyber Trader. We hosted it live back in October, but we're bringing back the recordings thanks to popular demand. So if you want to check it out, check out the link in the show notes below. Recordings are only available through November. It's 4 days. It's about 3 hours each day. So I would advise getting started sooner than later. That way you don't run out of time and miss them again. So Cyber Trader Workshop, link is in the show notes below, and enjoy today's episode. This is the cool thing about support and resistance. Where buying pressure existed before, you darn sure there are buyers there again. Again, same thing, laws of supply and demand. My wife was asking me the question the other day about, we just got a BJ's thing, whatever card, whatever you get, membership, right? Or she has a BJ's membership, not me. Only one of us can use it. But I typically do all the shopping. So like, I know I'm really nerdy when it comes to shopping. Like I have like a spreadsheet with prices and fluctuations and like, you know, supply and demand charts, right? It's weird. It's a whole thing. Don't judge me. But I do think the supermarket is the best place to learn about supply and demand. So anyway, she was asking me the questions about pasta, where it's like, they have this sale for pasta where you get like this many for $9, but there's also a $2 coupon. So that would end up getting like, you would get 7 cases for $9. Is that a good deal? And right away, can I know the fluctuations in my head of what that brand of pasta costs at where I go? I said, well, the lowest that pasta goes where I see it, right? You can't get like 69-cent pasta anymore, right? But every once in a while, it'll still go back down to 99 cent. It'll still go back down to 99 cent. They'll do like a 10 for 10, right? So because I know that's the lowest price it can go, because that's the price that I'm personally interested in buying. I'm not interested in buying $2 pasta. What I will do is I will wait until I go to the supermarket, probably like bi-weekly, right? So I will wait until that pasta goes down to 99 cents because I know that is the lowest it will go. I know that's the lowest price, right? Recent history, inflation has told me that. So when it goes down to 99 cents, what do you guys think I do? Do I pass over it? Pasta is something we go through like crazy in the Stokes household. Do you think I pass over it? No, right? I buy as much as I can, right? Because I know price won't be back to this level for a month or so. And pasta is something that we will use. So it's the same thing, supply and demand, right? The chart has shown me that buyers are interested in this level. If whatever computer program is stalking my buy and sell habits at the supermarket knows that when pasta goes to 99 cents, I'm buying it up. And because I was interested before, it knows I will be interested again. So same thing in the chart. Where buyers were interested before, they should be interested again. Now, what's different than this in pasta is that it doesn't mean they're going to win. The selling pressure can outweigh the buying pressure. There's all types of economic situations that are going on, obviously. But the point is, going back to the original thing, we're trying to identify 1, levels of importance, and then 2, look for clues at those levels of importance. I missed a lot of questions here talking about pasta. We like pasta. Bring in some pasta, Akil. I do the same for butter. Fill the fridge. We bought a whole bin of pasta, right? Isn't it crazy how, again, I took it's weird. I took a class in college. It wasn't a class. I think it was it wasn't a class, but I don't know what it was. It was something about nutrition. I think one of my wellness professors was offering just like a thing on nutrition where she basically took us to the supermarket and taught us how to read labels. Because, you know, like, at least here in the US, we lie about everything. I don't know. I know we have a lot of products that we eat here that are banned in most other places of the world, but we lie about everything here in the U.S. So like we will label something wheat bread when it is not actually wheat bread. Is that common in other places as well, or is that just an American thing? Is lying just an American thing? But we will like label something wheat bread off a technicality, where it's like, hey, there's some enriched wheat flour in here. We can call it wheat bread. Where in true wheat bread, the first thing on the label needs to be whole wheat flour, or it's not actually wheat bread. So that's how. So I was learning stuff like that in the supermarket, and then I got into. I don't know how I got into it, but I think it was when I had kids. I started noticing like I don't know if you ever brought kids to the supermarket, but I bring kids to the supermarket and like little hands come out the cart and start grabbing stuff, right? And then before you know it, you're at the checkout and you got all this like candy and random like stuff, and where the hell did that come from? And like these little hands just like, they're so quick, they grab it, and I'm like, it made me understand like, well, the shelf placement matters, right? The shelf placement matters in the supermarket. It's not like the liquor store. In the liquor store, the bottom shelf is the cheap stuff where you may or may not see afterwards, but your wallet will be heavier. The top shelf stuff is the important stuff. It's not like that in the supermarket. In the supermarket, right, there is the middle row stuff that is kind of the main aisle, because that's right at eye height for most people. But you know what they sneak at the bottom stuff? Yeah, they sneak all that kid stuff right at the bottom because they know that's eye level for kids. Yeah, and you drive by and got them little hands that go out and grab little Milky Way bars and stuff like that. They know what they're doing. So I started studying. I was interested in this whole kind of supermarket psychology of like shelving and why they put stuff in certain places and how they place it, and like the cost of doing it, how much you pay to have it put at a certain row, and blah 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 blah. Greg says the eye level is the buy level. Yep, that is true. And it just made me realize, as I was learning about supply and demand, reading Thomas Sowell's book, Basic Economics, like how the supermarket, at least in my opinion, is I think it is the greatest place to learn about supply and demand. And if you just simply pay attention to pricing in the supermarket, not just seasonally, but like weekly, I'll even this is what I noticed, right? Again, I get nerdy. If you can understand which days delivery trucks come to the supermarket, you can get some really good discounts. Because what would you say are the most important days or the busiest days for supermarkets? Like just in general, is it midweek or weekend? Like it just in general, like do more people do their shopping on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So to prepare for the weekend, they need to get those shipments in. They need to have a lot of supply to prepare for the weekend and all the buyers that are coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So if those trucks are coming in Thursday, what do you think they have to do with all that other stuff that's on the shelf on Thursday that was there since last weekend? Because all the stuff that's on the shelf Thursday is the stuff that didn't get sold or whatever they have left over from, what people didn't buy on the last weekend. Well, they got to get rid of it, right? Going into the weekend, do you want the piece of meat that expires in like 3 days, or do you want the fresh piece of meat that expires in like a week? Well, you want the fresh meat, right? Because no one wants to buy the one that expires in 3 days, unless you're looking for a deal. Then you do. So you head to the supermarket on like those Wednesdays, Thursdays, where they're getting ready to get rid of those products. What's the best way to get rid of a product, guys? If you have something that no one's buying and you want to sell it, how do you encourage people to buy it? Basic economics, right? You reduce the price. And if you're someone that is, looking to get a deal and you're looking to buy at a reduced price, and you know that your best likelihood for a reduced price is on this specific day, you do your shopping on that specific day. Supply and demand, man, right? The supermarket is a great place for that. It is a great place. If it was up to me, we'd celebrate Halloween a day late. That candy gets real cheap the day after Halloween. Them turkeys get real cheap the day after Thanksgiving. We're about to celebrate everything 2 days late in the Stokes household. Our Thanksgiving will be the week after Thanksgiving. We'll just get everything. We'll just get everything frugal giving. We'll call it that. But yeah, it's an amazing place to learn about kind of the supply and demand process, man. Hope you enjoyed the episode. One more reminder, Cyber Trader Workshop recordings are available through the end of November. I'm going to keep saying it so you don't forget it. I can't tell you how many emails we've gotten saying, Akil, I missed it, bring it back. Well, they have been brought. They're back, right? So make sure you don't miss it. Link is in the show notes below. Click it now and enjoy the free training.